Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Brian's Life. So as if you followed any of my videos in the past, you've realized I've basically went from a workaholic to completely changing my life, and a big part of it is downsizing and etc. But no matter what you're doing in life, you always got to have some kind of goal or backup plan or finance figuring things out in the sense of how your finances are going to work for your future, what you need. It's always good to be analyzing that to some degree and making sure you've got your safety nets or escape plan, if you will, or however you want to look at it. So today we're going to touch base a little bit more on the tax-free savings account, and I'm going to be making another video on the actual difference between an RSP and a tax-free savings account that I think is very interesting to go through. But again, just for clarity, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not licensed, but I can just give you my own advice that I've been doing and how what research works for my benefits and stuff. And there are a few key factors that I've noticed some people just don't know actually about the tax-free savings account, surprisingly enough. But in any case, it is one of those accounts you can put money into, and it's hence the name tax-free savings accounts. In other words, whatever you're making on that account that you've put into it, you don't pay taxes on when you withdraw it. So, I mean, that's huge, very huge. And let's make this real simple. If you put $100 in and invested in something miraculous stock market and it just went through the roof and you're a millionaire, you can literally take out all that money and pay zero tax on it. That's really great. Now, on that scenario, if you took out that $1 million, the minute you take it out and start doing something with that money and whatever that money is making, you'll be paying taxes on, just to be clear. But when you're taking that initial amount out, you do not pay taxes on it, okay? So another advantage about this, if you've never put anything into it and maybe you've sold some real estate, got an inheritance, won the lottery, whatever it may be, you can retroactive it since it's opened up. And at this particular year, it's $6,500 you can contribute to your tax-free savings account. You got to make really sure too is never go over, because there'll be a penalty for that. Do not go over the yearly amount. But like I said, you can retroactive. If you missed a few years, you can catch up on that. Another advantage is if all of a sudden you've done it for a few years or doing it for a few years and you need some money, you take it out. You can actually put that money back in the following year. Okay. Without getting penalized. In other words, you can, if you come across some money again, you can do that year and the money that you took out for the previous year to catch up again. The real takeaway out of this is, for me, and this might act for you as well, then if you're looking for your nest egg or something you can rely on, the key advantage of it is you can count on whatever money it's making. You're not paying taxes when you take out. This is really more important when you start to get to retirement age, so it affects your income a lot less. There may or may not be certain government programs you can still qualify because it's not a taxable income. These little details can make a significant difference in anybody actually, but especially when you're getting closer to retirement age. Okay, so those, like I said, those are very important things. And for me, it's very important because, for example, if I'm going abroad, yes, my cost of living is significantly lower, but nevertheless, I don't have the lottery ticket. I don't have the huge savings. I mean, I was fortunate enough to put some away, but I don't have the big government pension. So these are all, a few $100s make a big difference. $200-300 difference that I'm not getting taxed on, or even $500, whatever the category may be that you're not getting taxed on, is significant. I mean, if you're abroad, $200, that's my rent, and everything covers that. So it really makes a big difference, okay? And the thing that I also really want to stress on here is a lot of people that do know about the tax-free savings account, I shouldn't laugh, but they feel, okay, just put the money in there and they're all set and ready to go. Well, you're only going to be getting the interest whatever that bank account you've set it up through. It's not significant, okay? That is, in my opinion, almost a waste of time. I mean, saving money is never a waste of time. But you can keep that in your regular bank account. And in fact, I'd almost argue for some accounts, it's better just keeping, if you're just keeping it in an account, it's almost better keeping it in your personal account, because if you have enough in your personal account, a lot of times they'll waive the fee for having your personal account. And that can be, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 20, somewhere around there dollars. I know it doesn't sound lots, but if you're just keeping money in an account and that money is not working for you in a tax-free savings account, you might as well put it in your simple regular account so you're not paying the service fees, okay? The real trick is having your money work for you in an investment through your tax-free savings account. And you can go as far as investing in the stock market. So for example, if you have a tax-free savings account through Scotiabank, they have the iTrade. You set up an iTrade account and you have it run through your tax-free savings account, and anything you make on there is not taxable. However, let me clarify, if you start doing day trading, and I don't know the details on it because I've never done day trading, but I remember doing a little bit of research into it when I was thinking about going into it. If you're doing a significant amount of trading through your tax-free savings account, it will be actually classified as a business in itself, and it'll be void. I don't know the technical term, but basically you won't be able to do it, okay? And I don't know the exact details. If you're truly interested in that, do a little bit of research on how many trades you can do. As a normal, what I would consider normal, I mean, even I make 3 or 4 transactions every few months, whatever like that, that's not an issue, okay? So you can go directly into the stock market. You would want to, and again, talk to your financial advisor what you're comfortable with, what your risk factors are, your age, your goals, and all these kind of things you gotta calculate through. So, back in the 80s somewhere, I remember, maybe it was, I forget the exact time, but your money, your investments doubled a lot faster. When interest rates was through the roof, the investments were very good return. There was a time there, I do recall Templeton growth funds or something, they were doubling about every 4 or 5 years, okay? Now, you need 7.25% return on your money and your investment will double every 10 years. So I kind of go by that theory, because if you look at most mutual funds and you take them over the 20 to 30 year spectrum, they're going to be between the 6 to 8, 9% is the average return over the whole amount of time. There's some that are less, there's some that are more, but that's an average. So I'm always hopeful that you get that 7.25. It does the math easy. You can say, okay, in 10 years this will double. So again, though, it's important to run that through your tax-free savings account, okay? Because when the retirement time comes, it's not considered taxable income, where all your other, even your CPP is, your old age security, it's taxable income. So, and they're talking about now the guaranteed supplement income, or maybe I'm wording it wrong, but you only qualify for that when you retire. So they base it on your taxable income, okay? So these are all, now the rules may change by then, but it's a very, very good account to have, okay? Your tax, even if it's just a small amount, run an investment through there. If you're planning on doing anything with the stock market, run it through there. The one disadvantage about running it through a stock market on your tax-free savings account is if you take a major loss and you lose all your money in one of the investments, you can, in a normal account, normal trading account, normal bank account, claim that as a loss against your taxes, okay? When you have a loss through your tax-free savings account, you eat that loss. You cannot claim it against your taxes. You can't claim that as a loss at year end. That's just how it is. Now, I try not to invest to lose, okay? But having said that, it is one factor. If you're figuring that you're going to lose your money and that's a big, very important thing for you, then of course don't run it through your tax-free savings account. But I would say the risk to reward is almost a no-brainer, because first of all, if it goes right down to zero, that's a different story. But anything that fluctuates and hits a low, well, you never sell when it's low, okay? Unless you're in desperate state. You always try and wait till it goes back up again. So to me, I look at that one negative aspect of it. It's not really that negative. I don't want to sell my stock when it's low anyway. But that is one thing to keep in mind. That is part of it. So again, when I suggest a tax-free savings account, do your own research on it a little bit. Even the banks, when you go into open it, they know a significant amount about it. But do your own risk tolerance and stuff like that. The important takeaway on that is if you're going to put money into it, don't let it just sit there. Whatever investment you're comfortable with, run it through your tax-free savings account. Because, if your goal plan is, 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever your time frame, of course, the longer it is, the better it is. Run it through that account, because it's going to build, and it's going to build significantly over the time. And you don't want to be taxed heavy on this when you want to take it out. And you can also set up monthly payments on it. You can fluctuate that as well. Again, you won't be taxed on it. And these things are very important in the future when you want to retire or do an early retirement or change your lifestyle and you need to count on a few $100s here and there you're taking out. So I hope this helps. If you find anything useful in it, I really appreciate you to hit the like button, subscribe, follow along. I'm going to be doing lots of different adventures. Also, please leave a comment if you have a direct question. I'll do my best to help you out. And everybody have a wonderful day and take care and be safe.